Buongiorno amici miei, o buonasera, benvenuti a tutti to another episode of the Moody Vintage podcast, the house of Moody Vintage podcast. This is episode 40, okay? Great to have you guys back, great to be back, as usual. This is the first full week of the month of December, and it's episode 40. The first episode of the month. Looking forward to the rest of the month because it's festivities, the holidays, just something that I, tapped into last week. Of course, going solo this time around. I'm very excited to get back into my hermit mode. That's looking forward to that. Anyways, so I'm not sad. I'm not sad. There's just one more main character, the usual suspects. That is no longer, he's going to be gone next week. He's going to be in about 11 days. He's going to be gone in about 11 days. So, kind of a little bummed out. Anyways, no, I'm cool. It's all good. We're good, people. I'm good. No depression here. It's the holiday season. Anyways, today I was in a pretty good mood today. I'm not going to lie to you. Kind of productive, not really. It was a chill day. I'm actually, I'm not questioning anything. All right, this is the way the universe is, just the way it works. I'm not as religious as I used to be. I wouldn't call myself spiritual either. I definitely respect people who are spiritual, who are more in tune with their beliefs and their faith. But I do know, and I've always believed that, the universe unfolds the way it unfolds. We don't have control over that stuff. So however it does. It's not about, fate or anything like that, destiny and all that stuff. I'm just focused in the moment. In the moment, the universe is treating me pretty damn good. I'm getting good, like, positive energy, right? Not necessarily like out of this world fucking euphoria, but it is positive, and it's a good sign. It's a good sign. And today was one of those days, sort of showed that little bit of something like I mentioned in the last episode last week about being optimistic. And that's all you can really do, man. Just take care of right now, right? Live in the goddamn moment. You know what I mean? That's why I hate, when you get into interviews, people ask you what are you planning? Or where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, bitch, I don't see myself next week. The fuck? I am sick and tired. I know I ranted about this before. I hate that fucking question. I absolutely hate that question. Employers, interviewers, please stop asking that question. Okay? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Dude, majority of people don't know. And most of the time, if they give you an answer, they're bullshitting you. They're giving you an answer that, I don't know, I guess what people are trying to gauge is maybe if you actually do have an answer, maybe you do have some kind of foresight, even though it may not come true. Like, there's a high chance of not coming true and not actually happening. But, I've always been that, I've never, even when I was a kid, even in school, whether it's elementary, junior high, high school, whatever, I was never that kid. Oh, I want to do this when I grow up. I want to do that. Nah, I was just like, yo, I'm just living right now. You know what I mean? I don't live my life with regrets. Never have. And I'm just living in the goddamn moment. And I wish everyone can sort of embody that. I really do. I really hope that, if there's one thing that you're going to do, that you're trying to do or trying to aim for, a goal or a resolution or whatever in 2023 going to the new year, try to do that. Just try to do that. Try to live in the fucking moment, man. And this, we're just this small blip in time, which time is, it's actually the measurement of distance. It just doesn't even really actually exist. It's just, we're just getting older, revolving around the sun or whatever. But, it's just, we're insignificant to the grander scheme of things, and when it comes to, like, the rest of the universe, other solar systems, and so on and so on. And there's multiverses now. Okay, there's the equations show that there's multiverses. There's different versions of us, and there's different versions of this planet, of our lives, and so on, in different, in these different universes. So it's there's a lot. We're insignificant, but at the same time, we're also the significant part of it, of our lives, is the moment, living it right now. You know what I mean? And we're so goddamn privileged. Like, I am so privileged to be sitting here blabbering on this fucking mic on a podcast. And it is a privilege for you, all 7 of you, listening to this, that you should feel blessed to a certain extent as well. You're also privileged to just be fucking doing your chores or whatever, having this playing in the background, whether it's on Spotify, whether it's on, Apple Podcast, or if you're watching this on YouTube, whatever. I heard a couple of you watch this on YouTube. You're like, oh, you're lucky. I had my friend Emily, she was just like, you lucky, your shit is on YouTube, because otherwise I wouldn't be hearing your shit. I was like, thanks, thank you. It means a lot. Appreciate it. Shout out to her. So yeah, man, damn, let's count our blessings. Let's try to feel blessed. Let's try to live in the moment. And I know that's not easy for everybody. I know that's never probably been any part of your life. Maybe you are, anxiety ridden and freaking, you have so much stress. You're dealing with so many things emotionally, mentally, trauma, all this crap. And it's hard to overcome all that. But, the simplicity of it is, fuck, all of that is temporary, right? But we all got our struggles. We just got to fucking buckle up, man. Buckle up and just take care of ourselves. You know what I mean? Just take care of the moment. Live in the moment. Fucking embrace it, God damn it. I love y'all. Shit. I'm getting emotional right now. No, so yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to be like, a little bit of motivational words right there, because it's not just, that wasn't just bullshit. I'm actually feeling that. I'm really feeling that, It was my friend's very close friend of mine's birthday yesterday. It's her birthday week, so happy birthday, Dola. I love you. But yeah, so these kind of things just reminded me, and she's in a foreign country, and she doesn't necessarily have that support that you and I may have. Like, I'm living in Bangkok. I am incredibly blessed and incredibly fucking so grateful to have my BKK fam. People I've known for over a decade, who are, not in town right now, but I'm still grateful for that. The fact that they even exist, you know what I mean? Like, that means so much to me. So yeah, just all of these things. There's so many reasons to feel blessed. You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily mean that, you're not, your problems don't matter, that they're not valid, your complaints aren't valid or anything like that. Of course, we all struggle. We all go through our own shit, but you know what I mean? We got to find ways to figure it out ourselves. There are things you can control, things that you cannot control. It's that simple. It's just the concept itself, not the actual, process of overcoming challenges, but just that concept, So just take care of the things you can control, man, and just fucking love yourself and treat yourself as good as possible, and just stay rooted and keep it moving, man. Keep it pushing. You know what I mean? We left off with something, but let's change the gears here, okay? Let's change the gears here. Let's get a little scandalous, all right? There's a reason why I'm still very much in a Sicilian mode, an Italian mode. Actually, that's a bit different, okay? Sicilians, they pride themselves, okay, when it comes to being freaking Sicilian, all right? They're Sicilian first, Italian second. Let's get that right. So I only say that because season 2 of The White Lotus takes place in Sicily. So I will get to that later. That is my recommendation. I know it's our season 2. It's not a new show, but I kind of highly recommend it because, it's a dark. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna get into that. Let's save that for later. But it does take place in Italy, and the subject matter of the show, even though it is entertainment, of course it's fiction, of course it's a dark comedy, but a lot of that, the dynamics and sort of the very relatable issues in it, it's It's crazy, and that's the key word. It's relatable. That's the crazy part. Minus the, unless you've actually been a part of a murder. I'm sorry. First of all, I probably triggered something there. If you have gone through that type of a traumatic, situation, but yeah, so let's try to. I was gonna try to pick up from that little gem I dropped, that little nugget I dropped last week in the episode of the podcast. Sharing texts, whether it's on a chatting platform, like WhatsApp or something, or Messenger, whatever it is, Facebook Messenger, not MSN Messenger. Remember that shit? Hoo-wee. MSN Messenger, AIM. Those were the days, bro. Those were the days where you could easily be catfished. You never even heard the goddamn term catfish, but you were getting catfished. I have been a victim a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was fucked up. Okay, we're not gonna go there. I will tell you a story though, but save that for later. of a catfishing situation. And listen, I have no I'm not embarrassed by it. It was just, it's the fucking internet. You can be easily fooled, especially back in those days. It was like the wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck you'll get into. It may seem like it's worse now, but it was pretty crazy back then. The MySpace days, the Zanga days, the Zanga blog days, man, back in the motherfucking day. So the whole text thing, I really wanted to sort of not elaborate, but just sort of expand on that. It's crazy how privacy is not even a fucking thing. Because you're willingly showing your text. You're taking screenshots or screen grabs or whatever whether it's on your iPhone or your Android phone or whatever, gross, get an iPhone already. Or, you're chatting online on your, your laptop or whatever. And, that it's we're all guilty of it. I mean, okay, I don't want to make it a blanket statement. Most of us are guilty of it. Most of us, okay? A majority of us are guilty of it. Where we will screen grab a conversation and the other person assumes that it's private, that it's only between, it's for your eyes only. And that shit gets leaked. That shit gets leaked. I mean, listen, am I guilty of doing it? Absolutely, 100%. Just recently, I shared a conversation. It wasn't any incriminating evidence or anything like that. It was mainly about me. It was making a joke about my friends were making fun of me. So I just shared that. But it's not like I share all my conversations. Obviously, you're not going to share everything, right? There are certain conversations that you have with someone that is just, there is no chance in hell that it's going to see the day of light. It's between you and that person, because there's a certain level of respect and intimacy between you and whoever it was, and you will keep it, between you until, of course, there's a fucking hack and all your information gets fucking leaked. WhatsApp recently, encrypted my ass. Man, fix your shit, WhatsApp. God damn it. Anyways, so, if it's, that's, of course, that happens from time to time. Cybersecurity issues, you know what I mean? But, I don't have any incriminating evidence out there, or any conversations that I'm I don't know, embarrassed about. But yeah, it's just crazy how we can sit there, we're having a conversation with someone and we're no one's gonna see it, right? Bullshit. Because you do the same thing, the other person does the same thing, they'll show it to their friends. Oh, look what he said, or look what she said, or whatever. And they'll analyze it, and then they'll talk shit or not talk shit. Or, I'm fortunate that I have friends who will call me out on my shit. Even if I'm, showing them a conversation or whatever, and I feel I don't see it from my eyes, but from their perspective is different, and it's usually right. And they're hey, you're dumb. Why'd you say that? That's stupid. And vice versa, right? But usually, obviously, I'm not gonna share naughty things, right? Things are sort of, things are very stupidly private, stupidly intimate. I'm never gonna do that. But friends do it, or you do it with somebody else, whether you're an acquaintance or whatever. You're talking to somebody you like and stuff like that. You share it with your girlfriends. You share what you. I don't share with my dudes though. I don't think guys do that, right? Guys don't do that to guys. Like, I'm not gonna share with my guy friends. You know what I mean? Like, but then I have a lot of female friends, and they're very opinionated and in my goddamn business all the time. So, so one way or another, it's it comes out, and again, like I said, vice versa, and it happens a lot, and it's bad. It's and you'd be a fool to think that your conversation, whether you're friends with this person, right? Whether you're interested in this person, whatever the relationship is, your conversation is being seen by more than just four eyes. Four eyes, and more than just two parties is what I'm trying to say. And everyone's gonna have an opinion, and they just want support from their friends. Hey, what is he saying? What do you think he means by this? What do you think she means by that? And it happens a lot, and it's foolish to think that whatever you're discussing with this person is not going to be released. It's not going to be shared and not talked about with other people that you're talking to, the person that you're talking to, that they're not going to share it with, their friends or whatever. Use my approach. This is what I do. I'm fucking shameless. Okay. Use my approach of being shameless. I go into it saying, hey man, if this goes out, this leaks out, I'll own up to it 100%. I will own up to it. Even if something so private, where I was intimate with a girl, intimate texts and shit like that, I fucking 100% own that. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I got nothing to hide, right? Now, that's not everybody, because a lot of people are a little insecure. They won't, and obviously you got to respect that, of course. But me, I won't say anything that I won't back up, and I'll never hide from it. I'll never run away from it. I think that's a big thing about that topic of sharing text. So all I'm saying is that don't go into it naive, thinking that whatever you're sending this individual, there's a high chance, high possibility it might be shared with someone else. So your friends are talking about you to other friends, or this person who you're interested in, most likely is gonna show that text to somebody else. You know what I mean? And but like I said, even if it's so private, even if it's so intimate, and you think that it's never gonna be shared, well, there's always gonna be a chance. There's always gonna be a little small percentage. So be ready for it. Be prepared. Don't be dumb. Don't be naive, thinking that this will never. Like I said, I would personally never do it. I would never do it, but I wouldn't hold it against anybody if they actually say, hey, look, this is what he wrote or whatever. I'm like, that's cool. I'll back it up. That's me. I'm, shameless. Use my approach. It works. So that is the unspoken rule of sharing texts with friends. It happens. It fucking happens. And that goes into season 2 of The White Lotus. Now, for those who don't know, it's a show on HBO. This is my recommendation of the week. Okay. I think because HBO is maybe not as accessible as, let's say, Netflix, so maybe there's not that big of an audience, but The White Lotus is a very good show. I mean, come on, it's fucking HBO. HBO doesn't, but heavy hitting, you know what I'm saying? There's another heavy hitter on my recommendation list, which I will touch on in a bit. But so HBO, White Lotus season 2, it takes place in Sicily. The first one took place in Hawaii, more specifically in Maui, in the resort, a hotel resort. Is it a resort and hotel? A hotel and resort. It's a hotel and resort. The White Lotus, right? And it's like a chain of hotel resorts, like so many that we know in the real world. So that, it takes place in Maui, and it's a dark comedy, right? And it's about, I just love, family vacations that go wrong. There's something so entertaining about it. I don't know what it is. And of course, these are, affluent people, and they've got plenty of money. I mean, why else would they be in fucking Maui in a resort? Hello, they got fucking cash. They load it, and it's And I love dark comedies. I mean, there's something so, usually dark comedies, I think in most cases, it's written very well. The script is usually written very, very fucking well. And Jennifer Coolidge is in this. She's in both both seasons, I should say. There is one other character that from season 1 goes into season 2. I won't spoil anything, so don't worry. And usually there is a murder. And so season 2 sort of continues that tradition from the White Lotus. And I'm going to talk specifically about season 2. I don't want to get into season 1. You should catch up. Season 1 is great. I like season 2 much better because, well, I'm biased. It takes place in Italia, specifically in Sicilia, in Sicily, and yes, and of course there's, as you would have on an HBO show, very familiar actors that you've seen before in other television, projects and movies, right? Michael Imperioli, Sopranos alum. He's a Sopranos alum, so of course, which Sopranos, of course, is on HBO. Bada bing, bada boom. Aubrey Plaza, who I fucking adore. I love Aubrey Plaza. I'm such a huge fan of hers. And she's in season 2 as well. Theo James, we all know Theo James. Connie Britton was in season 1. Simona Tabasco, her name's Lucia, on the show. I have a huge, me, I'd be like Fat Joe, you know what I mean? I just crush a lot, you know what I mean? And Simona is, I would say, is a crush for me for this time. This gorgeous Italian woman, fantastic actress. But anyways, that's besides the point. So basically, and this is also technically there's a family in here as well. Well, yeah, a couple of families actually. So it is still that, family vacation gone wrong kind of thing. And there's one family of a grandfather, father, and son, excuse me, who have come back to Sicily, and they're trying to get in touch with their ancestors or whatever. The grandfather's mother is from Sicily, and they just want to go back to their homeland or whatever, quote unquote homeland. And then you have Aubrey Plaza. I guess you would call them newlyweds. One is a newlywed. The other one, Theo James. Theo James and his wonderful wife. What was her name? Mia? Beatrice? I think her name is Beatrice Grano. No, sorry. Megan Fahey. Megan Fahey, who plays Daphne Sullivan. Yeah, so, those two are married. They got kids. Anyway, so... And there is, adultery. There is adultery in it. And affairs and things like that. So it really gets into the, one character is a sex addict, and that kind of ruined his marriage. Another character between Aubrey Plaza and Will Sharp, who plays Ethan, those two, there's sort of I wouldn't necessarily say love lost, but it's lacking. So their chemistry is kind of weird because they do love each other, but it's not that new type of love, or even they just aren't as, I don't know, expressive, as the other married couple. And the other married couple, of course, there's a lot of, cheating and stuff and some naughtiness, and getting drunk and whatnot and taking substances and cheating and all that good stuff. So what made me sort of, it just made me think, when, especially in these kind of television shows and movies where, they go to a location and it's usually, filled with, different people, different walks of life. They got different stories and life kind of like that. Especially if you live in a metropolitan area, like I do here in Bangkok, you meet a lot of people. You meet different people from different countries, different age ranges. Why does that sound weird? anyways, different age brackets. I guess that sounds better. Different age brackets, and they're in different phases in their lives, at different stages in their lives. And I mean, it's just something I personally experienced not too long ago where, whether it was at a bar or a club, I met I don't know how many, several different people never met before in my life. One guy was from this country, another guy was from that country. This girl was from here, that girl was from there. And I was talking about this to a friend of mine, and I was just, these are the moments I sort of like to embrace when it comes to living in a city like Bangkok, where you have so many different people from different parts of the world living their lives and sort of, I don't know, finding their way, navigating through whatever they need to navigate or to find themselves, That's kind of like a white thing. Let's face it. That's a white thing, right? That's a white thing, finding myself in a foreign country. But good on you. Good. The fact that you went out of your comfort zone to do that, fucking bravo. Okay. Or brava if you are, or bravi, actually bravi to everybody. Okay. So yeah, that's, respect. You know what I mean? But yeah, so so that just made me realize I'm just like, I was telling my friend I met so many different new people tonight. It was so, I just had to take a break, sort of take a step back, and whoa, I met ridiculous amount of new people from and none of them came from the same place. None of them came from the same city, except of course, your OG BKK crew, he from Dhaka, right? So apart from us brown folks from Bangladesh. Yeah, and it was just and it's just beautiful. And they sort of gravitate toward each other, and they're hanging out with each other and things like that. And you learn these new things. And, obviously you're not going to get into detail about, exactly why they're here and things like that. You sort of get the cliff notes, so to speak, of why people are here. And, unless you, strike up a friendship with this person, or you start dating this person or whatever, you get to know more, of course. And it's just, this again circles back to focusing in the moment and meeting new people. And another friend of mine that I've known from my school days, and she was just saying that she should travel. She wanted to travel more, or she should go out more. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Whenever you get the fucking chance, do it. Even if it's the time zone is an hour or 2 hour difference. It doesn't matter. Just go. Get the hell out of your comfort zone. Get the hell out of the the borders that you've known all your life or whatever. Get a passport. If you don't have a passport, get a passport. So many people in the States don't have a fucking passport. I highly suggest you do. Get a passport. And if you have the means, of course, if you have the resources, of course, not all of us are fortunate enough to have that. Of course, I understand that, obviously. But if you do, if you have the opportunity, fucking do it. Do it. Take advantage of that. See the world, man. See the world. It's a fucking beautiful place. It's dangerous. It's ugly, but it's beautiful too. And it will leave you speechless. And the people you will meet unexpectedly, something that aren't planned, some things that, again, I know someone who's basically backpacking around Asia, Southeast Asia, and around Asia, and she's just going to these beautiful places and sharing it on Instagram and things like that. But you can tell this person isn't doing it for the likes or the shares or whatever. She has this genuine appreciation and of the beauty that is traveling and seeing these different countries and experiencing these different cultures. And it's beautiful to see that from her, because that's all she's really spending money on is the experience. And that's the beautiful thing. And I know not everyone's like that. I know that, a lot of us city dwellers are not like that. We get very comfortable in our little bubble. But fortunately, I have friends who do want to sort of go to places, see different places. And whether it's a life-changing or career-altering decision, that takes you to a different city, things like that. I'm all for it. I mean, I would hate it to be apart from my very close friends who I love dearly to death. But if there was an opportunity for them to go somewhere else where, it's just a different part of life, I say go for it. Hell yes. I'll always support you on that. See the world. Now, the other aspect, again, I'm going to switch it up for you right now. Little switch it up for you. Little left hook. Didn't see that coming. The other aspect of season 2 of the White Lotus, which I've already mentioned, is the cheating part. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, man. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. This isn't about what I like about these types of TV shows and movies or whatever. It is a real depiction of what happens in real life. You know what I mean? Like people cheat for so many different reasons. People, get into an affair or just, I don't know, hook up randomly with people they barely fucking know, or complete strangers, or, hire a prostitute, whatever. A prostituta is, there's a couple of them in the show, but and of course, with respect to all the prostitutas, because you are struggling, you need to make the money. Of course, you have options. You make the choice, and of course, respect that one. Working women. But mad respect. Anyways, and men. Okay, women, men and women escorts as well. Highly sophisticated. And so this is like, there was a couple of nights of debauchery, absolute, this, people fucking taking lines of fucking ketamine and coke and all the shit. And, which is something I think some of us adults have. I'm going to say some of us. I'm not going to name any names. But I think most adults have experienced it, even though you've probably not consumed those things, but you've probably been around it. You know what I mean? But we're not gonna get into that. But wow, there's some crazy shit on the shows, but it's not far from reality, man. That's the crazy thing, And it doesn't matter if you're in fucking Sicily or in Cali or Bangkok. It doesn't. It's, man, I've seen some shit and it's dumb. I'm not a part of it. I'm not about that life. You know what I mean? I've had fun, and I continue to have fun in my own ways, but I know my limits and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't condone cheating, but again, I know, because again, I've seen it with these own two eyes. I've been in those type of situations where, I've never. I'm not married, so I've never had an affair. But, was there was an affair. We're not gonna get into that. Anyways, that's one conversation that will never see the light of day. There are things that, like I said, which I, little callback to the earlier part of the episode. There are some things that will never see the light of day. Private information. I know too many things. But there's so many, honest to God, there are so many reasons why people cheat. And it's, I also think it's very unfair for someone to be judging those decisions. Obviously, people, if they haven't experienced it, haven't found themselves in that position, they're going to be against it. They're going to be, they're going to be a little judgmental and all stuff. But I think let's not be judgmental, because you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know why that person's having an affair or cheating or whatever. And the number one thing is, like, it's none of your fucking business. It really is none of your business, even if you saw this person. And I get it. Sometimes people find themselves in the middle of the situation, in between two parties. Oh, I'm friends with this person, I'm friends with that person, but holy shit, this friend is cheating on my other friend. I don't like this shit. Like, should I get involved? It's tricky as fuck. We're going to say that for a different day. Complicated, I know. We'll say that for a different day. But I'm saying it's like, it's genderless. You know what I mean? It depends on the person. Women do it too. Women cheat a lot. Okay? It's not just the boys. And you know what? Don't be slut shaming them. Don't be slut. There's another character, right, on the show, on season 2, right? She's not married, so she's single. She can fuck whoever the fuck she wants. You're single, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Get your groove on. But hooking up, all this stuff, especially if you're single, I've always been against the whole slut shaming thing. I don't even like using the word do you get slut? Like, even jokingly, I've obviously, I talk to my very close friends, my very close female friends, and I'll be like messing around. We call each other hoe, skank and all this stuff. But that's because that's out of that's our comfort zone. That's our dynamic. So we're comfortable doing that. I would never say that about somebody who I don't even know, or if I do know, but I don't have that type of relationship with that person, right? I'm not going to be that open with that person or that, jokingly saying it that way. So the slut thing is not, I never understood that. I'm like, yo, if you're single, if you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, dude, like hook up. Ladies, hook up. Do what you got to do. Baby girl, do what you got to do in living color. Some of y'all are way too young to catch that reference. You know what I'm saying? Woo. But yeah, and listen, us guys are hoes too. Unfortunately, I've never had a hoe phase, so I can't really speak on that. Like I said, I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. And even though, honestly, the closest thing I've had to a hoe phase is probably when I was in my late teens, right? In my late teens. That's it. Because the 20s was fucking barren. It was like the Sahara Desert by the 20s. We're not going to get into that. Very depressing time of my life. But, I never had a whole phase. But for those people who have gone through a whole phase, or you're going through your whole phase right now, fucking do you. You know what I'm saying? Just stay away from the whole affair thing. If the person's married, come on, let's use some fucking sense here. But ladies, you know what I'm saying? Do it. Do what you gotta do. You single, you do you. You do you, boo boo. You know what I'm saying? And guys, don't be fucking dumb, okay? You a slut too. You a hoe too. You a man hoe. Just like Ludacris song, you know what I'm saying? Most of us ninjas are hoes too. Okay? So that's, you know what I mean? So ladies, if you single, you doing your thing, hook up. Hook it up. You a grown ass woman. You a grown ass woman. Do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Ain't no shame in that. Ain't no shame in the game, baby. All right? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just had to get it out there, slut shaming and all that stuff. It's just fucked up. And I see it from women a lot too. I see it from women mostly, which is fucking weird. Y'all should be empowering each other to hoe around. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you want to be a gold digger, you wear that with fucking pride. You ain't gonna get none of my money, but you do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You can go home around me. You gonna take my money? Hell no. I don't do that money shit, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Independent. Y'all wanna be like independent, all the ladies, okay, then be independent. You know what I'm saying? Don't be gold digging around me. So I'm just kidding. But yeah, ladies, do it. Shit. And fuck that slut shaming bullshit. I'm not down with that. If you single, that's all you got. Fuck it. Fuck it. Like literally just fuck it. Be responsible. Don't get pregnant now. Okay. And if you do, obviously there's the A word, which is controversial. We're not gonna get into that. But hey, your body, your choice, right? So guys, listen up very carefully. I will call your ass out on it. If I ever don't, thank God I don't have guy friends who are dumb like that, who are ignorant like that. Thank God. But if I ever catch you slut shaming, knock the taste out your damn mouth. Okay? Ladies, you do you. Much love. I'm going to close that up. Close this episode up. Just quick recommendations here. So what do we learn, man? What did we learn today? We're talking about the unspoken rule of sharing the text, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. Embracing the now, be in the moment, you know what I mean? Watch White Lotus. It's a great show. There's a lot of crazy real life relatable things about relationships, you know what I mean? No slut shaming, if you single, you do you. All right. And don't be butthurt, you know what I'm saying? If a girl ain't interested in you and you just doing the same thing. She's doing the same thing you doing. Okay? You's a hoe. So shut up. And of course, and also, by the way, Tulsa King is out. Tulsa King. I just saw the 4th episode, the most recent episode. Another one of Taylor Sheridan's fucking beautiful creations. He's just fucking, I love Taylor Sheridan. He is right now one of my favorite filmmakers because, you know, he creates these shows, he writes these shows. He directs, of course. And he's one of my favorite filmmakers. I fucking love him. So I'm loving the entire Yellowstone, franchise, the whole Yellowstone universe, whatever you want to call it. And Tulsa King, of course, starring Sylvester Stallone. I am loving it so far. So check that out as well. Season 3 of his Dark Materials is out as well, HBO. That kicked off recently. Saw those 2 episodes. So looking forward to that for the rest of the week. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up here in the House of Moody Vintage podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this, me blabbering on the mic again into your ears. For those of you who watched it on YouTube, hey man, if you're not listening to me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever, and it's on YouTube, I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, seriously, even if you're just watching those clips on IG, that's dope as fuck. So please like it, comment, whatever, and share if you want to. It would really help. I would appreciate that. You know what I mean? Just, because I wanna share my fucking entertainment, to make people smile and think, and talk about pop culture and all that shit, and hopefully make you laugh as well, and that's, you know what I'm saying? That'll wrap it up. I'll see y'all next week. Please take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves as usual. Treat yourselves as usual. And if you're going to be a hoe, be a hoe. Okay? Look at me. Girl. Get your hoe on. Okay? I will see your ass next week. I'm out this bitch. Peace.